Hi friends! Welcome to another Pick a Card Tarot reading. My name is Juno and this is going to be a Pick a Card Tarot reading for what is the answer to your yes or no question. So I have three different methods for generating a yes or a no. We've got the coin, we've got the die, and we've got the pendulum. I decided to diversify it a little bit more this time, and so there's a different coin on each one of these piles. So feel free to look at these piles now. One of these piles will have your yes or no answer. So just look at these piles now. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. Once again, that's pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. Out of these 5 piles, one of them is going to have the answer to your yes or no question. So think up of a question that you need an answer to with a yes or a no, and we're going to generate with these 3 methods. We'll either have a triple yes, a triple no, or it'll be some kind of maybe. And so I like doing the 3 different methods because it'll give us sort of a way to triangulate things and see what's going on in your situation, and then the cards themselves will give us a better understanding of what's going on. So without further ado, I'm going to move on. Go down to the description section of this video now, and it will have the corresponding reading to which pile is yours. Hey there, pile number 1. You chose the reading with the really great buffalo nickel, which are really cool. I'm happy to have found one of these. I used to work retail, so I collected the cool coins that came every now and then. But it's an old American coin. This one is from, let's see if there's a date on it. The date's worn off. It's been passed around so many times, the date wore off. So I don't know. That's okay. It's a cool coin. So where we will start with this, first we're going to start with the pendulum to triangulate a yes or no answer. The best way to do that, to make sure that it's answering us the right way first, is to start asking it some questions. So is there a ring light sitting in front of me right now? And the answer is a yes, correct. Is there a handled cup in front of me? Yes, there is. Am I barefoot right now? No, I am not. It moved into a no. That's correct. And final question. Am I in a basement? Yes, I am, and that moved into a yes. Okay, perfect. So, pendulum, what is the answer to pile number 1's question? Okay, pile number 1, the pendulum says yes. Okay, so we've got 1 yes. Let us do the die second. Even is yes, odd is no. You've got a 6, so that's a double yes right now. So 2 yeses. Finally, we're going to do the coin here. And the coin says no. You got a tails on the coin. Okay, so this is a maybe with a strong leaning of a yes. 2 yeses and 1 no. So it's still in the maybe category. We don't know completely what the answer is going to be here, but it's still leaning yes. So yes is in the direction of where it's going, but for whatever reason, there's just a little bit more going on to say that the definitive answer, the definite answer, isn't exactly reachable at this moment. So let's look at the cards. First, we have the fish here from the Fairytale Lenormand. And this card is interesting to me. I tended to relate this to emotions, right? Because of the ocean. The ocean tends to kind of relate it to you know, there's a lot of water signs involved in this card in general. With the ocean itself and the depths of the ocean, that's Scorpio energy. But with the fish here too, the fish are Pisces. So we've got this imaginative Piscean energy flowing through here with a movement through the ocean, but we also have the deep, deep depths of your emotions as well. So there's something telling me that there's some emotional stuff going on, but also imaginative and creative with that Piscean energy. So I don't know if you're talking about a creative venture or if you're talking about something deeply emotional, something along those lines. You know, and there's always mystery in the ocean as well. So, you know, we have a maybe in this kind of a situation. So there's just something mysterious about what you're inquiring about. There's not quite the right amount of answers here for you. I'm just like really being drawn to whatever this red fleck is in the middle of that. Let me just look at this real close. I don't know, but do you see that? It's like a red O, right in the middle of that card, in the middle of that, near that fish. And I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I just my vision's really drawn to that right now. So O, does O or zero have anything to do with you in your life or your situation? The letter O, I don't know, maybe not. Let's keep looking at the cards here. So next up we have two cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot. You've got the Temperance card, ooh, okay, and you've got the Nine of Wands. All right, so the Nine of Wands in this deck in particular, it always, to me, is kind of like, it's the steps, right? It's a step-by-step process. So whatever you were inquiring about, if you're trying to make something happen in your life, particularly if it's a creative venture, but it doesn't have to be, you're definitely being encouraged to take things one step at a time. That you're being purposefully let in the dark a little bit here by not having all of the answers all at once, because you don't actually need all of the answers to continue to move forward with where you are at the moment. So there's this sort of like step-by-step gradual shift that needs to happen here. It's like you need to move one foot in front of the other to move up this pyramid, and then eventually you're going to get to the moon here. And the moon card in the tarot sometimes can talk about being in the dark about something, which I kind of feel from this, especially because it's a maybe, right? You're not being given all the answers in this moment, and there's a reason for that. And maybe it's because, you know, you have to continue along these step-by-step intervals in order to reach the goal that you're looking for, and that the more that you do that, as you continue along, you know, step by step, you know, you can only necessarily see the next step in front of you. You can't see the 13th step in front of you, or the 12th step. You know, you don't know what it is yet, and you're not supposed to know what that is. But if you have a goal in mind, if you have a direction, if you have a trajectory within which you're looking to move, then I definitely feel that as you continue along this step-by-step action, you're going to reach that outcome. So like I said, it's a mostly yes. It's probably yes. Whatever your answer is leaning yes. So there's definitely some potential for it to definitely be happening here, but it's going to take a bunch of steps first in order to get there. So maybe that's where the no is coming in. It's like, well, not right away, but this is coming to you. And then with the Temperance card here, the Temperance is all about balance. It's about balancing different forces together in order to create something new and different. You know, with this blue heron, it's kind of like the blue heron is crying into the fire. So it's a mix between these elements of fire and water. So I definitely feel that, especially too, I was talking about that balance between emotions and creative drive here with the Pisces versus Scorpio energy in the fish card. We're having that reflected with this Temperance card too. So there's this idea that you are, you know, deeply putting your emotions into something incredibly passionate in order to create something. So I feel this sort of creative force coming from you. So if you were asking about a creative project, regardless of whether or not this is a maybe or a yes or a no, I do feel that creative spark and that mixing of your emotions with your passions and your drives is really going to be helpful for whatever it is you're trying to make happen in life. And you're really being encouraged to follow through with that, whatever that is for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be like an art project, but it can be anything. It could even be a business, or it could be, you know, anything that's creative for you. You know, creativity is just the act of making something happen that wasn't there before, using your vision, you know. So you're being encouraged to tune and tap into that kind of a mixture here and movement here, and really kind of blending separate, desperate forces together, disparate, like separate forces into one new thing with the Temperance card. And so, you know, a lot of times too with Temperance, I tend to relate it to that idea of making lemonade out of lemons. Like when life throws a lemon at you, like that's the time to see what you can do to make it into something else, you know. So it's like even if situations seem like they're giving you this setback energy, you still have the ability to move it and make it whatever you want. So with this being a maybe, you know, even if it doesn't work out, even if it's a no and you really wanted a yes, like it's still leaning yes, meaning that the ultimate outcome could be the outcome that you want. But you know, some kind of balance needs to take place here, some kind of blending together of different ideas and forces and possibilities kind of need to happen, need to mix in order for it to really move into what it needs to move into, you know. Next up, we have one card from the 1JJ Swiss deck, and it's the Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles, it's talking about a brand new start towards the material world, you know. So like I was saying, if this is a project you were asking about or a business venture, you know, this is a really good indication that is, you know, a great way for you to move, because it's talking about a new beginning towards the financial, the material world. You have a new beginning in the material world opening up to you in this moment, and you're really being encouraged to take that. So, you know, like I was saying, it's still a maybe, like whatever you're asking about is a maybe, but whatever's happening, you do have this new beginning coming into your life towards the material world in some aspect. You know, it can be health, it can be, you know, moving to a new place, or so if you were asking about moving somewhere, this might be a good indication that might be a good idea for you. That yes, in fact, that is a good idea. But like I said, we're still in maybe category. So there's no, you're not being given a definitive answer right now, and that's okay. That for whatever reason you don't need to know a direct yes or no in this particular moment that you're watching this video, and that a further answer will come to you as you move forward with life, as you learn new things maybe, or you have some new situation come in that's going to give you further insight. But with that Page of Pentacles, there's definitely this opening in towards some kind of abundance. You know, you're moving towards it. You're starting a new journey towards that in the material world. So it's like you're starting a new journey towards you know, what you want to make happen in life, you know, and in how you want the physical world around you to look. You're moving in a new direction with that, whatever that means for you. Now you have 3 cards from the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is actually officially called the Universal Waite Deck. This is the Universal Waite Deck. You've got the Ace of Wands. All right, more new beginnings here. You've got the 8 of Cups. Wow, okay, this is interesting. This reading is definitely taking a turn, a good one. And then you have the Hierophant as the final of these cards. So, you know, with that Ace of Wands, it's definitely reflecting this Page of Pentacles energy here, and the Temperance, and all of it, what I've been talking about. You know, remember, you had this dichotomy between your emotions and your passions, and I think that as you start to maybe let go of some difficult emotions with that crying blue heron here, if you've been through really difficult, challenging situations in your past, you're letting those go now. You know, with this 8 of Cups here, you're moving on from a difficult situation, or from any situation that hasn't worked out. You know, once again, if you were asking about moving, you've got more confirmation from moving on to something new, which could definitely be a physical location. So you have that kind of move happening here, or moving out of one way of thinking, one mode of being, one way of seeing the world, anything like that. You know, you're moving away from some difficult emotions you may have had in the past, and you're following what you're moving towards is your passions, your drives, the connection of you, what really lights you up in life. And maybe you're walking away from, with this Hierophant here, maybe you're walking away from societal expectations of you, you know, like maybe there are some ways of seeing the world, of looking at things that you know, that don't really resonate with you anymore. They're not really how you see the world, right? That like the way that you grew up, the way that you know, your family operates, that they told you how to be and all of that, you know, maybe that doesn't really resonate with you, and that's okay if it doesn't, you know, that you can leave that behind. You can leave behind, at least, you know, you don't have to leave your family, but you can leave behind how they do things and find your own way of operating in the world here. And that when you do that, when you turn away from any of that kind of like societal expectations of you and move towards your passions and your drive, you're going to be also moving towards this newness of abundance, this new start towards this journey of abundance. Like I said, it could be a new job that you were asking about. If you were asking about, you know, should I change jobs or should I move cities or any of that kind of thing, you're definitely being shown that is this is a good time for that. But even if it wasn't about that necessarily, there's definitely this energy of moving on from something, you know, and moving into something new, for sure. Like this is a general reading, and I'm sure a lot of people had different questions coming to this reading, but I feel that for you, you know, there's this dichotomy between your emotions and your passions, and it's like what lights you up should be how you move forward in life, not what you're afraid of or what you feel you need to be doing because of any kind of expectations. So the final card comes from my hand-drawn deck. This I drew myself a few years ago. And you got the Lovers card. Okay, so we're ending with this this note of love, which could be self-love or it could be love with another person. You know, if you were asking about a relationship in this, if that was your question, then that's a potential as well. But if you were, because this was a maybe and all of these other cards here, you know, if this was a relationship kind of thing, I think if you were asking, will I find love, or am I going to find love soon, or is this person my true love, or any of those kinds of questions, if that's what you're asking, you're really kind of being encouraged to, and like I said, this will only resonate for some of you. Not everybody is going to be this question, but if it was yours, there's a lot of this walking away energy, this moving on. So it's like, yes, you could find your love, with this being a maybe, mostly yes, you know, like that's definitely a possibility for you, but it's going to come after you follow your heart, you know, you follow your heart, you follow your passions, you follow your drives, and you make sure that you're moving through life, you know, along the pathway that you want for yourself, and not necessarily only to find this other person, you know what I mean? Like, it's like don't get caught up in that kind of cycle where you're gonna give up yourself for somebody else. Like, that's not cool, and you're kind of being you know, told don't do that in this situation, you know, and then, you know, follow your own passions and your own drives, you know, walk away from things that don't work for you. And then once you do that, then you'll find the right person that way. If this was a love question, if it's not about that, then it's more about self-love, and it's connecting into your own heart, you know, and that the more that you follow your passions and your drives, and you follow this, you know, this ability towards abundance here that's possible and open for you, you know, and you turn away from societal expectations that are placed upon you, and you follow your own heart first and foremost in this total and complete heart-based living, you know, when you find that, then everything else falls into place, and you'll be able to have whatever you need, you know. So anyway, pile number one, I hope that resonates with you. Please let me know in the comments what you think of it either way. I love hearing from you. A huge, huge, huge shout out to everyone who's subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. We have just recently passed 500 subscribers, which is totally mind-blowing and amazing. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do too, because this channel is growing, and I'm really excited to see that. As a token of my thanks for everyone who has subscribed, I am offering a free reading from my channel. So go down to the description section of this video now, and there will be a link there to how to enter into the drawing to win a free reading from me. So that reading will be announced on Friday, September 11th. So please get in please fill out that form on my website with the link below before, if you can do this, before the Thursday, September 10th in the Pacific Coast time zone, Pacific time zone of the United States. Just look up Seattle, Washington. It's, that's my time zone. So try to do it before Thursday, because on Thursday at some point, I don't know specifically when, but at some point on Thursday, I'm going to go and I'm going to do the drawing and pick the person. And then you'll have that confirmation afterwards. So I will announce on Friday who the winner is. So please stay tuned and sign up for that if you'd like. And then finally, if you just want a private reading with me, I do have them available on my website. Check that out at junodrome.com. There's a couple of options available if you'd just like to purchase a reading from me. And then I also have a Patreon page for you to help support me even further with a lot of cool bonus content there. Check that out at patreon.com/junodrome. So anyway, friends, thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you soon. Bye. Hey there, pal number 2. Welcome to your yes or no tarot reading. So this is going to be a reading asking the question yes or no. So what is the answer to your yes or no question? We are leaving it as open as possible to really try to gauge what it is that you need to know here. I got a lot of cards to help kind of figure out and triangulate your answer here. So we're going to dive right in using the pendulum right now. So with this pendulum, we're just going to be asking some questions that I already know the answer to, just to make sure it's working, and then we will continue along. So is there a pen in front of me right now? And yes, there is indeed. Okay. Am I barefoot? No, I am not. And it moved to no. Perfect. Is there a cup in front of me? Yes, there is. Okay, what is the answer to pile number 2's question? All right, pile number 2, this feels like a strong yes to me. So the pendulum is saying yes. Let us ask the other methods. The die even is yes, odd is no. You've got a 2, that's an even, so that's a yes. And then finally, you chose the pile with this really awesome Mercury dime with the god Mercury on it, which is pretty cool. And this is from 1944. Pretty neat. So anyway, we'll ask the dime now. Whoops. Oh, wow, that popped out of my hand. And it says yes. That landed on heads. So pile number 2, you got a triple yes. So your answer is definitely yes. You got a triple yes. So this is your confirmation. Hopefully you were looking for a yes, because you definitely got a yes. So we're going to ask the cards what it is that, just getting a further understanding of what, you need to know in the situation. But you definitely got a yes here. So there's no question. It's a yes. First up, we have the bouquet. All right. So you're kind of being given a little gift here. This is kind of a celebratory energy with this bouquet of flowers. And it's kind of like, you're being given this gift by the universe of flowers. Here it is. Here's this beautiful bouquet giving you like a happy little day here. So I hope this is a happy reading for you, because there's a lot of happiness in this card, a lot of celebration, a lot of joyful energy coming here with this like shining light off of these beautiful smiling happy flowers. I mean, look at them. They're all just like having a beautiful day there. So you definitely have this like bright new day kind of an energy feel to this, which is beautiful. Next up, we have a card from the Wild Unknown Tarot, and it's the Hierophant. All right. Interesting. So it's like a raven here holding this key. So it's like I just feel this unlocking energy. You're unlocking yourself from something with this. And with it being the Hierophant, Potentially you're slipping away from a more traditional understanding of the world or of your life, and you're following your own heart and your own passions here, and you're being kind of congratulated for that. And this triple yes is kind of a confirmation in that that's the right way to go for you, or that you're not letting your family or society or anybody kind of get in the way of you finding your own love of self. You're not letting culture get in the way of your heart, and you're following your passions and your drives and what you need for yourself. You're opening that vision of you up, and using that vision of you to celebrate being alive right now. I'm kind of feeling all of that from this, which is really cool. And just with that lightning too, it's just this like burst of inspiration, burst of creativity. So whatever you're asking about, you're kind of getting this jolt of electricity of yes, this like, it's a very electric yes. Next up from the 1JJ Swiss deck, we've got the 5 of Pentacles here. So with the 5 of Pentacles, this is talking about this idea that that you may have gone through some difficult and challenging things. So the 5 of Pentacles, it can talk about like this dark night of the soul period, where you've been through a deeply challenging period. But the thing about it is, it's like, it's a challenging time in your life, but it's like it's a higher purpose challenge. So it's like, you go through these difficult periods and then you learn so much about yourself and the universe and how life works and all of that, so that you are actually opening yourself up to a new way of understanding reality. And then that new understanding births a new spiritual kind of enlightened ability within yourself to really enjoy the finer things in life, to really appreciate being alive. It's like this, like you birth this sense of gratitude within you that fuels you moving forward. So I kind of feel that with that. Let's see some more cards just to get a better understanding of what this is talking about, because you definitely got a yes here, and you definitely have this like super happy bouquet of joy here. But then, with the crow too, there's a little bit of darkness in there as well, right, up at the top. But it's like with that key energy, it's like that dark, like the difficult situation, especially with this 5 of Pentacles. It talks all about that. This difficult situation that you may have been in the past is actually fueling and unlocking this new mode of being that's now being open to you, that's going to give you this like, real sense of fulfillment in life. So let's see, with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck here, which is officially called the Universal Waite Deck, you've got the 8 of Pentacles and the Hermit. Yeah, so you've been working really, really, really hard on something, and that's what this is talking about. You've put in a lot of work on yourself, maybe, in life. You've been doing a lot of work, you put in a lot of work, and then that work is really starting to pay off. With this bouquet, you're being congratulated by the universe for putting in this work. And remember, this is it's a triple yes. So whatever you're asking about, the answer is definitely yes. And if it was a challenging yes, the answer is that, you're coming out on the other side of some of this. And maybe that means you've had to go it alone for a minute. With the Hermit here, it can talk about being alone, but it's like for a higher purpose, right? It's like, look at this shining lantern of light that's coming out here, which is just showing you that, like, even in the darkness, right, that there is opportunity to thrive and to be a part of something beautiful and new and loving and incredible. And you kind of have that like openness coming out for you here with this reading. It's like, even if you've been through a difficult and challenging situation in your past, that difficulty, that challenge, you're coming out of it. You've worked really hard to come out of that now, and the universe is giving you this gift to say, hey, you're coming out of it now. It's all kind of coming to a close that time, and you may have felt really lonely, but at the end of the day, you kind of needed to be alone to figure it out for yourself, to find these different parts of yourself, to unlock these different modes of thinking and being and operating, and that, sometimes you have to be alone in order to do that kind of work. And then the final card comes from my hand-drawn deck. I drew this deck myself, and it's the Eight of Wands. So this is like really, really fast-moving energy here. So 2 8s too, so you got 8, 8. I don't know if 8 means anything to you. In numerology, 8 can be sort of a transformational number. It's like a holy number, I think, too. So it's like, you know, you've got those connotations in this reading, especially with the Hierophant there as well. So, you know, I definitely feel whatever your question was, it's definitely a yes. But I just feel like, you know, it's moving in quickly. Whatever you were asking, you know, you're being given this bouquet of flowers, and whatever energy is happening, it's moving very quickly. You've been working really, really hard to make something happen, and that hard work is really starting to pay off. And, you know, you may have been through some really challenging things in your past, but, you know, by allowing that to happen, by allowing yourself to let go of those challenging things and to move on into something different, you know, you might have to go it alone for a minute, but by doing that, you're really going to open yourself up to what it is you want to have happen. So anyway, pile number 2, I hope that resonates with you. Your answer is yes. So definitely take that from this. Let me know in the comments what you think of this either way. I love hearing from everybody. And a huge, huge, huge thanks to all of my new YouTube subscribers. I'm so honored and thankful to have you with me. We just passed 500, and it's so incredible. So thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. This channel's growing, and I'm really, really, really excited to see where things are going to move. It's a token of my gratitude and thanks for everyone who has supported this channel so far. I'm offering a free private reading from my website to one lucky viewer. So check down below in the description section to find out how to sign up for the drawing for that reading. I'm going to announce the winner on Friday, September 11th of this month, but I am going to end the drawing and pick the drawing on Thursday the 10th. So try to get it in before Thursday the 10th in the west coast of the United States time zone. So I'm in Seattle, so you can look up time in Seattle and make sure that you get it in before Thursday in Seattle time. So compared to you, I don't know what that is, because you could be anywhere in the world, but I'm in Seattle. So anyway, pile number 2, that was it for me. Oh, if you ever want a private reading from my website, instead of, you know, if you'd like to pay for a reading from my website, I have a couple options available. They're at junodrome.com, so please check that out. I have a Patreon page that you can help support me even further. That's available at patreon.com/junodrome. So please check all that out. Love to hear from you. And yeah, thank you so much, pile number 2. I hope you have a great day. Catch you later. Hey there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading for what is the answer to your yes or no question. I have 3 different methods for generating a yes or a no, so we're going to tune right in. You chose the pile with this EU coin. It's a 20-cent EU coin piece, which is pretty fun. We're going to be calling the side with this figure of a woman on it. That's going to be our heads, and our tails is going to be the 20-cent mark. I don't know if that's how you do it in the UK, if that's how you call it heads or tails. I'm not sure, but there's no real heads on it, so I'm calling the woman heads. I know that it's a different figure in each coin, that each one is supposed to represent an EU member state, and this one says RF on it. It's from 1999. I don't know which EU member state it's talking about, but we're going to call her heads. So anyway, we're going to start out with the pendulum here and ask the pendulum yes or no. So we're going to ask it a couple yes or no questions I already know the answer to, just to triangulate it. Are there pens in front of me? Yes, there are, and it's staying on yes. Is this table white? And no, it is not. It is moved to no, which is the truth. And then finally, Is there a lampshade in front of me? And yes, there is. Okay, so that's all right. What is the answer to pile number 3's question? All right, pile number 3, that has moved into a no. So the pendulum says no. Let us ask the coin and the die, and we'll get either a triple no or a maybe. So odd numbers are no, even numbers are yes. You got a 2. Okay, so so you got 1 no and 1 yes. So we're at maybe territory right now. Let's ask the coin. Final thoughts? Yes or no? Okay, that's a yes. So you've got 2 yeses and a no. That's a maybe leaning yes, which is great. So this could be a yes answer. Yes is the most likely outcome. However, there is still some doubt. There is still a maybe. This still could be a no. And so because of that, you're being asked to give this with a grain of salt, and we'll ask the cards kind of why is this a maybe. So first up, we've got one from the Fairytale Lenormand, and it is the tree. All right, the tree talks about growth. It can talk about grounding, but to me, just the first word that popped in my head is growth, 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 growth. So this is talking about growing. You know, that maybe it's like your answer is a maybe yes, but with that no coming out at the beginning, I'm getting the sense that it's like waiting. You got to wait. That this is a possibility. This is probably going to happen to you in your lifetime. What you want is probably going to happen, but you're being asked to have a little bit of patience in this situation. For whatever reason, maybe now isn't the right time, but it will be eventually. So it's like you got to be like the tree here and just sit it out and wait and be patient and just grow. Just grow right here wherever you are. Be alive and let things happen. You know, I'm just getting that sense of growth from this situation. You're growing, you're growing, you're figuring things out. You're allowing this growth to continue into your life here. So it's like allow things to grow, allow things to build first, and then eventually it might work out, you know. So it's a maybe yes, but with time. I'm getting that sense with this tree here. It's like probably going to happen, but not going to happen tomorrow. So dig in your heels, plant in your roots here, and let yourself grow big and strong, and then it's going to happen. We've got 2 cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot. We've got the Son of Swords, which is the Page of Swords in most texts, and we've got the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords talks about rest. It's talking about resting, especially with that tree here too. You know, I get that sense of waiting, resting, sleeping. So it's going to happen eventually, but it's like there's some rest that needs to happen. There's some healing maybe even that needs to happen for this situation to really occur. And then you're starting a new journey here. It's like a new mindset. So the pages talk about, they're the very first of the royal cards. So they're like the very new part of it. Like they're just starting on their journey in that suit. And with it being the swords, it's all about the mind, the mental body, the mental sphere. So it's like you are starting a new thought process. Maybe you're going to get a new idea, or you're going to start looking at the world in a new way. And that needs to come in with this rest here, this waiting. Like you need to have that new mode of thinking first before whatever you're asking about can occur. So, you know, like I said, it's a maybe yes, but at the moment it's still in the maybe category, because I just feel like it will happen eventually, but only when you start to change your mind a little bit. You start to change the way that you're thinking about this thing even, you know, it's time to look at it from a new perspective, to look at it from a different way of thinking, from a different way of understanding, and to really take a break too, you know, like you don't need the answer this minute. And so like, don't just make that the only thing that you're focused on, because that's going to just like really keep you stuck, and you don't want to be stuck anymore, right? It's like you want to get rid of this stuck energy, and you want to move into a new sense of calm, sense of ease here. And so in order to do that, in order to be in that new place of ease for yourself, you're just kind of being encouraged to rest, take a break, to really take your time, be patient, learn patience here in the situation. It's really going to do wonders for you, and just allow things to unfold the way that they need to. And start to come into a new way of thinking about it all, a new way of thinking about life, a new way of approaching living, and seeing the situation in a new way, and that new perspective is what's going to make it into a yes. So it's like once the time has been given for you to transform a little bit, to change your mode of being just a little bit, then you're going to turn that maybe into a yes. We've got one card from the 1JJ Swiss deck, and it's the King of Pentacles. So if you were talking about a business venture, if this was a question about money or something like that, or the material world of whatever, health, this is a health question, any of those kinds of things, this is a very strongly favorable outcome for that all. So you're definitely like being given this opportunity to move towards abundance here in whatever that is. If it's starting a new job, starting a new business, a different career path, or whatever that is for you, that's a real favorable outcome here, but it can only come in through you taking a break from this for whatever reason, right? And coming in from a new approach. It's like taking a new way of thinking about it, a new way of thinking, or maybe that's what this new idea that comes in is like, if you're asking like, will I have money eventually, or am I going to have enough money or something? Then the answer is yeah, once you take a step back, and you allow yourself to see from a new perspective, if you're not like super worried about it or coming at it with anxiety, but instead coming at it with fresh, well-slept eyes, like in a day that you've had enough sleep, then you're really going to be able to wake up and move towards this from this new idea that's just going to be inspiration just jolting into you, but it's going to be patience. It's just you're being asked to be patient in this situation. Next up, we have from the Universal Waite Deck, we have the Seven of Cups here, which can talk about having a lot of choices. So maybe you have a lot of choices moving forward and a lot of opportunities, and maybe that has left you feeling a little overwhelmed, right? Because you feel a little bit indecisive. You don't know which one of these to choose, and so maybe that's what this yes or no question was asking. Well, which one is it? Like, which one of my ideas is going to bring me abundance, or which one of these things that I think I could do is going to do it? And so if that's what's going on right now, you're definitely being asked to be like, okay, well, look, you need to take a step back right now and not choose any of them. Just be like, okay, I know I have all these choices. That's great. I have a lot of opportunity. Perfect. I'm just going to take a step back and sleep it off and really be in my most zen, really, maybe go out into nature, maybe take a hike and hang out with some trees, or go to the park if you're in the city, just really, really, really take some time away from whatever this thought process, decision-making thing is. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to make a choice. Just like take a step back, and then the right answer is going to come to you, right? It's going to pop into your head once you've rested it off, once you've allowed yourself to take some time. Then whatever this opportunity is going to come to you, and then you'll know it, and then you don't have to worry about, oh my God, which one is it going to be, because the right one is just going to be like, the obvious answer is this, and it might be completely different than what you're thinking at this moment, but it's just going to come from you just taking some major steps back and allowing things to unfold the way that they need to unfold. Finally, we have one card from my hand-drawn deck. I drew this myself a few years ago. We've got the King of Wands. So, with that King of Wands, you got the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, which is a great, great, powerful combination. It's going to be following your passions, right? In order to tap into this King of Pentacles energy, if you have a lot of choices here and you don't know which one to choose, like, it's really going to be all about following what lights you up the most in life. What brings you the most passion? What is the thing that you could do even if you felt like you couldn't do anything else, but then it's like, well, I know I need to do this, and actually I'm glad I'm doing it right now because it makes me happy. Whatever that is, like, that's going to be the thing. So it's like, once you tap into that energy of like really, really, really following your passions and your drives no matter what, and you've got this King of Pentacles energy like really offering that to you, I really, really see a lot of success coming to you from all of this. But it's going to take time and it's going to take patience. You know, in this moment, this is a maybe, leaning yes, maybe, because you're really being asked to take a step back from it for a while and just really, really, really rest, really, really, really be patient with it and allow it to come in slowly. Because once you do that, it's going to come to you and it's going to feel a lot more natural, and you're not going to be indecisive about it. You're not going to be like, oh my God, what is it going to be? I don't know. Like, you're not going to feel that way because you've given yourself enough time to process, right? You've slowed down enough. Like the tree is so slow. It's so slow it doesn't even move. You know what I mean? You don't even realize that it's moving, but then you look back on it 6 years later and holy crap, that tree is huge. You know what I mean? So it's like that idea that, you know, you're turning it back into the tree's pace. The tree's pace and the tree's timing is going to be the optimal timing for you in this situation. Not moving really fast, not really rushing, but just allowing things to unfold in the time that they need to unfold. So yeah, anyway, pile number 3, that was my reading for you. I hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments either way. I really love hearing from all of you. I want to deeply, deeply, deeply thank all of my new YouTube subscribers. I'm so excited to have you with me. We just passed 500 subscribers, and I'm so thankful to have you with me. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do, because it's growing, and I'm really excited to see where it's going. But I'm offering a free reading from me, a free personal reading, as a thanks to my new subscribers for reaching 500. So you can reach the link for that in the description section. It will be a link to the drawing. So just fill out the form on my website at that link. And on Friday, September 11th, I'm going to be announcing the winner of that drawing. So tune back in then. And please have your form in on my website. Please fill that form out before Thursday, September 10th, because that's when I'm going to be doing the drawing, and then I'll announce it the next day. So try to have it in before Thursday the 10th on the West Coast of the United States. So Seattle, Washington is my time zone. So sometime on Thursday, the 10th in Seattle, Washington, just so you know what my time zone is, that's when I'm going to be pulling it. So try to have it in before that time. And you'll definitely assure that you will be in the drawing. But anyway, if you want to do that, that would be amazing. And one lucky viewer will receive the reading from me. And then, yeah, if you ever want to purchase a reading from me, I have them available on my website at www.junodrum.com, so please check that out. And then I have a Patreon page that you can get some awesome bonus content from me that you can't get anywhere else, so check that out at patreon.com/junodrum. Thanks again, pile number 3. I hope you have an incredible day, and I will catch you later. See ya! Hey there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you chose the one with this cool big coin here, which is from Ecuador, which is pretty neat. I don't know how I got this. I've never been to Ecuador, but I got it somewhere, and now I'm using it, which is fun. So we're going to call this heads, obviously, because it's got a heads. It's got a man on it. Who, do we have his name? No, but he's on here. And yeah, so it's from the year 2000. Pretty cool. Anyway, pile number 4. We've got 3 different methods for generating a yes or a no, and then we'll either get a triple yes, triple no, or a maybe, and then the cards are going to explain it a little bit further. So let's start with the pendulum here, and I'm going to ask the pendulum some questions I already know the answer to, just to make sure it's working. Are there pens in front of me right now? Yes, indeed there are. Is there a lamp in front of me? Yes, there is. Am I barefoot right now? No, I am not. It finally turned to no. It took a while though, so let's keep asking more questions. Are there rocks in the deer sculpture that's sitting next to me? Yeah, there are. Am I using multiple tarot decks in this reading? I am. Is my chair upside down? No, it's not. Okay, what is the answer to pile number 4's question? All right, pile number 4, it turned into a yes. So the pendulum is saying yes. Let's ask the rest of it, see if it's a triple yes or a maybe of some sort, or a mostly no. We shall see. Even is yes, odd is no on the die. You got a 6, so that's a yes. So you got 2 yeses so far, which is pretty great. Let's do the coin, yes or no. Well, you got a heads on the coin, so that's a yes. So pile number 4, you got a triple yes. That rocks. The answer to your question is definitely yes. So let's dive in and see what this yes is about. We'll get some more definitive answers from this. First up from the Fairytale Lenormand, we got the birds. Okay, so the birds, to me, birds are always kind of symbols for me to talk with my spirit guides and my spirit team, or, you know, angels even. Angels and feathers. Feathers are kind of that bird symbolism. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to tune into angels, but whoever your guides are, whoever your team on the other side is, you know, whoever you connected for that, how you describe that, even if it's your ancestors, you know, family members who have passed on, any of that kind of thing, you're kind of being given a blessing from them in this situation. You know, you're being like really kind of talked to from them. And they're giving you this yes. So let's keep asking here. We've got one card from the Wild Unknown, and it is the 6 of Wands, which is the, oh no, sorry, it's the 6 of Swords, which is like moving on. Yeah, it's moving on. So it's like this idea that you're moving out of something challenging and you're moving towards this rainbow here. So it's like you were in a situation that was hard, that was difficult, and you know, after a while you just decided, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I'm going to move into something else. I'm moving on to something else. So if you're asking about moving, like, then this is definitely confirmation that yes, moving is the right idea for you. But if it's not about physical movement, it can just talk about like changing your perspective or being in a new frame of mind, moving towards something different in your life, you know, just that movement in general. And especially, you know, with the birds here too, it's just like this idea that, you know, your spirit team and your guides are congratulating you for deciding to move into something new. And they're here to say, yeah, you know what, go for it, go for it. You know, if you're thinking about changing jobs, or you're thinking about moving, like I said, or you're thinking about doing something different, whatever that is, you're being given the all clear that yes, this is the right move for you. This is the right thing to do. This is a good idea for you, and you should go for it. That it'll make you really happy to go for it. And so do it, you know, challenge yourself, like really move towards something, so whatever that is, you know, that's going to be really fulfilling, you know, move towards that fulfillment because it's going to really make you happy. So yeah, with those rainbows there, you've got from the 1JJ Swiss deck, you've got the 5 of Swords. Okay, so with that 5 of Swords, there's definitely this energy of moving on, you know, like the 5 of Swords can sometimes, it's like he won this battle and he's like kind of happy that he did. And so sometimes it can be like, oh, there's some sneaky energy there, but I don't necessarily feel that for you in this situation. I think it's more like, you know, you fought a lot of battles and you're getting out of that, you know, you're leaving all of that behind. and you're following your passions and your joys towards something better. So it's like, you know, you're being encouraged with that triple yes to do it, to move on from that, to move on from a past that was challenging, to move on from some things that didn't work, you know, and to be able to let that go and say, okay, that's all behind me now. It's okay. I know challenging things have happened in my life. I know I've been through some situations that, you know, just weren't the best, but at the end of the day, I've gotten out of it, and I know how to do that. And, you know, maybe it's connecting you to your spirits and your guides. So maybe you feel more spiritual now for whatever reason, or you feel like you're more attuned to connection to the other side, and any of that, you know, you're gaining more of a sense of what that connection means to you. You know, maybe you're becoming more spiritual, and because of that, you know that you're not alone, you know, in this journey in life. You know that you're not on your own. You've got help. You know, even if you don't have physical help in this life, but you probably do somewhere, but even if you don't have that, you know, you have help from the spirit team and your guides on the other side here, who just want to let you know that they're there for you. With the this is from the Universal Waite Deck. You got the Lovers. Okay, cool. So with that too, you know, it doesn't have to be love, but it could be. So if you were asking a love question, this is more confirmation for that. But it can also just mean like uniting the different parts of yourself. And here, look at this big angel in the middle there. I'm just being drawn to that. We were talking about guides and your spirit team, you know, you're kind of like, look at that. They're right there. They're always there for you, you know. Your spirit team is always here. The angels are always here if you believe in angels, but if you don't, I totally understand. You know, however you identify with whatever you want to connect to, it's there for you. And so you're just being encouraged to remember that you have help, that you're not alone, you know, and you're really not alone with this lovers here too, you know. It's like you're connecting in. So maybe you are finding love, or maybe you're connecting in with your own self, you know, with your own heart. You're opening up to your heart center more. You're opening that love connection within yourself, and maybe without yourself too, and on the outside of yourself too. Who knows? Like I said, it doesn't have to be about love, but it could be if that's what you were asking about. Next up, we have one of the cards from my hand-drawn deck. I drew this myself a few years ago. You got the Strength card here. So yeah, ultimately, you're being asked to stay strong here, and that you are strong. This is confirmation that you are a deeply, deeply strong person, and that you can make anything happen on your own, that you have the ability to tap into this deep, deep, deep strength to make anything happen, to make anything occur, to be whoever you need to be, to allow things to happen and unfold within their own divine timing, and their own sense of wonder and beauty and force and strength, and that you have that within you to make anything happen. So whatever challenging situations you may have been in the past, you have been strong through those challenges. You have the strength to pull through, to make something else happen, to really, really open up yourself into a new light, into a new way, into a new being, and create something big and beautiful and intense for yourself that's really gonna like bring you forward. So whatever that is for you, you know, be it love, be it a new place to live, be it a new job, be it something new, you know, whatever it is, whatever you're asking about, your answer is a triple yes. It is a yes. It is a yes confirmation, a Yahoo, a celebration, you know. I hope you wanted yes, because yes is what you got. And yeah, you know, and you're being like celebrated, you know. You've got a team. You got a team of helpers on the other side, and they are here with you always. They want to say hello to you. So look for the signs and symbols in nature. That's what the birds, to me, it's always about. It's different for everybody. So I can't say to you, oh, you know, a bird in your environment means that your spirit team is talking to you. That's me, because that's the relationship I've developed with them, right? Like for me, it's really random. It's like certain numbers. The reason why I've named myself Juno Palindrome is that palindromic or palindromical, palindrical, I don't know that word, but numbers that are palindromes, to me, are a sign from my spirit team that they're here, that they're speaking to me. So for that, it's like whenever I see 868 or 919 or any of those kinds of patterns, to me, that's a confirmation. But that's for me. That doesn't have to be for you, right? It's you have to develop those relationships yourself. And once you start to do that, once you start to develop those relationships with the other side, then you really start to tune in and see things everywhere. You see signs everywhere. You see confirmation everywhere that, hey, okay, there they are. Okay, I'm going to be okay because look at that. My team's right here. We're all here, like, great. So just, you don't have to do any of that, but you have that open to you, and they just want to say hello if you don't do that, so just take whatever with a grain of salt. Your answer's definitely yes, so don't worry about that. Anyway, pile number 4, that was my reading for you. I hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments what you think of it either way. I really love hearing from all of you. I would like to deeply, deeply, deeply thank all of my new YouTube subscribers. I am so excited and happy to have you with me. I can't even tell you. I'm really, really, really pumped that you have joined me on this journey. We have just passed 500 subscribers, and I'm so excited about that. As a token of my thanks, I am offering a free private reading for one lucky viewer. So check out the link below in the description section of this video where you can sign up and win a free reading from me. I would love to give one to you. I'm so excited for that. So check that out. I'm going to be announcing the winner on Friday, September 10th on one of my videos. So you can check that out on Friday, September 10th to find the winner. And before that, please get in your contact information onto that form before Thursday, September 10th, because on Thursday, September 10th, on the west coast of the United States, so Seattle, Washington time zone, you can look that up in relation to your own. Sometime on that day, on Thursday, September 10th, I don't know exactly what time, but sometime on that day, I'm going to be doing the drawing. So please get your form in before Thursday. In the United States on the West Coast. So whatever that is for you, it could be Wednesday by then, wherever you are, wherever you're living. So just triangulate that time in, you know what I mean? It could be, or it could be, yeah, who knows? I don't know. If you're in Australia, it could be Wednesday still. If you're in, I don't know, India, it could be, Thursday already or Friday already. I don't know. I don't know time zones very well. So you check that out. And yeah, get that in before that time. And then if you ever want a private reading with me that you'd like to pay for, I have them available on my website at junodrum.com. So please check that out. I love doing private readings. They're so much fun. So, we can get way, way, way more detailed about you and your life and get super specific. So, if you have some specific questions you really need answered, some stuff you're just feeling, or you just want an open private reading to just see whatever's going to come through, we can get super detailed for you. So please check that out. And then finally, I have some awesome extra bonus content available on my Patreon. You can find that at patreon.com/junodrum. So thank you so much, pile number 4, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Catch you later. Hey there, pile number 5. Welcome to your reading. This is your reading for what is the answer to your yes or no question. So you chose the pile with this cool coin that I believe is Chinese, at least an older Chinese version, or actually it could be Japanese. Let's see. Because I think it's got the characters for Japan on there, but they're the traditional characters, which in Japan are called kanji, but in China they're just Chinese characters. I don't know. This is definitely not a modern Chinese coin, so if it is from China, it's from a long time ago, but I think it's Japanese. You can let me know in the comments. But it's this cute coin. We're going to be reading the wheat symbol on it. There's a wheat symbol. We're going to be reading that as the side that's heads. And we're going to be reading just all of the writing as tails, just so you know. And And yeah, so, but first we're going to ask the pendulum yes or no. So let us ask that. A couple of questions I already know the answer for, just to triangulate it. So, is there a pen in front of me? Yes, there is. Okay, great. Am I sitting on a chair? I am indeed, yes. Is there a lamp in front of me? Yes, there is. Am I wearing shoes? No, I am not. Okay, it turned to no. It took a second, but it did turn to no. Is there a couch in front of me? Yes, there is. It turned back to yes. And is that couch brown? No, it's not. It finally turned to no. Okay, perfect. So what is the answer to pile number 5's question? All right, pile number 5, the pendulum is saying no. So you got a no from the pendulum. Let's ask the rest here. We'll do the die. Odd is no, even is yes. You got a 4. Okay, so we've got 1 no and 1 yes. So you've got a maybe here. Let us check with the coin and see. Heads is yes, tails is no. All right, you got a heads on the coin, so this is a maybe. It's a maybe with a leaning towards yes, but we don't know. You know, it could be a no still. This could be a yes or a no. It's in the maybe category. You got 2 cards from the Fairytale Lenormand, so let's tune into those. First one is the Tower, and you've got the Clouds. All right, so with these two together, it's like, wow, that's powerful. The clouds are all about, for me at least for this, is like blowing away any of this negative energy, right? You got all this stuff here that's like, ugh, I don't know about all these dudes in the clouds, but this really sunny cloud is saying, you know what? Get away from me. I don't want you around. So you're definitely like, you're being encouraged to kind of blow away any of this negativity. And with the Tower here too, the Tower in the tarot talks about a major, major transformation in your life, a total change of your external situation. So maybe it is about moving on from something, physically moving somewhere else, or getting away from certain groups of people, or changing your attitude on something. You know, I kind of feel that from this. But in this one, there's some extra stuff in here because it's like, it's Rapunzel here because it's a Fairytale Lenormand. So it's like, you've got Rapunzel and her hair coming down. So it's like this like very ingenuity kind of a thing. Like she's using her talents in order to change her situation. She's using her ingenuity to move herself out of the situation. So this is a maybe, possibly yes, but in order to make it yes, if you want a yes, it's like, you've got to work, right? Or you've got to work to change your circumstances. That's kind of what I'm getting from both of these cards together, right? Rapunzel uses her own strengths and her own ingenuity to help get herself out of a situation that doesn't work for her anymore. And with this clouds here, the cloud is actively, physically blowing away all of these things, these nasty things in their life that isn't working anymore, that just doesn't work. And it could be thought processes, it could be a lot of different things, but the sun is like, you know what, nope, I'm going to blow that out of my life. So in order for you to turn your answer into a yes, you've got to pull up the reins in your own life. You got to take charge of your situation, really, really be the active leader in your situation to make it happen. It's like, it's not going to happen if you just sit and wait for the universe to give it to you. That's not how this is going to work for you. The only way it's going to work is if you put in the work, if you do the work, if you are active about it, if you say, okay, I'm going to build it all up. I'm going to make things happen. I'm going to do it. I'm going to work my butt off to make this happen. If you do that kind of work, If you decide to do that and to make that happen, then this is going to work out for you. But if you don't do that, then it's a no. It can't happen. It's like you have to make it happen. Next, we have 2 cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot. You've got the, ooh, yeah, oh, I love this one, the 7 of Wands, and you've got the Moon card. Okay, so yeah, you know, the Moon is just further confirmation of this maybe energy. You don't have all the answers right now, right? With the Moon, it like talks about not necessarily seeing all the steps forward. When you're walking a path in the moonlight, you can still see enough that you're not gonna, you know, that you can see the pathway forward, but you can't make out all of the details in the path moving ahead. So you can't see everything that's coming, but you have a direction and you have a general idea of the way that you're moving. So with this card here, you know, like I was saying, that's kind of where you're at in this. It's like you know, you're moving forward. You can make this happen on your own, but you just don't have all the pieces yet. You don't know everything that's going to happen yet, and that's why you're in the maybe territory. But with this 7 of Wands, you know, especially with that lighting of the candle here, it's like overcoming a lot. You know, it's like the 7 of Wands is all about overcoming obstacles. It's like really moving away from them. So, you know, you're blowing away all of these obstacles that maybe used to be bars, like they were like a prison, you know, but you're pulling yourself out of that, pushing it out of it, and igniting this fiery passion within yourself. So when you do that, right, it's like it's just like this Rapunzel kind of an energy. It's like you've got to do that. You've got to ignite your passions. You've got to ignite your drives. You have to ignite that inner fire within you and use that fire to move yourself out of the situation, to blow away all of these negative things. You're perfectly capable. You have all of the tools necessary at your disposal in this moment to do this, but you have to take the action yourself. You have to step up and do it. You have to step up and blow away this energy. You have to step up and ignite this candle within you in order to become the firework, to push yourself forward into your situation. And then you'll be able to see more. And with the Moon too, the Moon talks about intuition. So, you know, maybe tuning further into your intuition, into your own inner light, your own inner guidance system. Like, you know more than anyone else what's best for you and your life. And so you're being asked to slow down and to quiet your mind, to tune within, because your intuition has answers for you in the situation. Your intuition knows the best way forward. So just follow that intuitive nudge, that intuitive guidance, and that's what's going to allow you to understand things from a higher perspective, from a bigger perspective. You'll be able to move into the right way forward for yourself. Next up, you have 2 cards from the 1JJ Swiss deck. We've got the Hermit, okay, and the Magician. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm feeling strong Magician vibes from you in this reading. So definitely, it's like the Magician is the master manifester of the entire tarot. And what's amazing about the Magician is he receives visions from the great beyond. He's totally, with his intuition, his intuitive abilities, he's deeply in tuned to his intuitive understanding of life and reality, and he's able to take those visions that come to him. He's able to interpret and take this visionary state and turn it and transform it within himself into the whatever he needs to make happen. So he's able to transform his visions into reality. So you've got this kind of magical, mystical, transformational vibes possible for you. And then with the Hermit here, you know, the Hermit's all about taking a step back and maybe going it alone for a second, right? With this blowing away of outside influence here, you know, maybe it's time to let go of some certain people that are in your life, and certain situations or certain things, and really go it alone for a second, you know? Tune back into you, the inner light of you, that you are without anyone else, because that inner light is what's going to help guide you into getting the yes that you want. Because remember, it was a maybe, mostly yes, but I think it's a yes if you take the right action. If you don't take the action, if you just sit back, if you don't change your circumstances, it's not going to happen. But if you do change your circumstances, if you allow yourself to change and adapt and to move into the new way of thinking and being and operating, then it's going to work out for you. Next up, we have 1 card from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is officially called the Universal Waite Tarot deck. And we've got the, okay, yeah, all right. The Six of Swords, which is talking about moving on, walking away from a situation, leaving something behind. And I felt that. We're just talking about maybe leaving behind people or places or situations or things that are no longer serving or working for you, and just allowing yourself to flow in the direction that's really going to work for you. And that's going to become from tapping into your intuition, right? Because you know what's best for you way, way, way more than anyone else in your life can ever know what's best for you. So you're just being asked to tune into that knowing of what you need for you, and then you'll be able to make it happen. The final card comes from my hand-drawn deck. I drew this one myself a few years ago. We've got the Queen of Cups. So the final message is like, nurture yourself, love yourself, you know, tune into your own inner love and your own inner guidance, because that's what's going to move you forward, you know, and be patient with yourself. You know, share love with yourself. Don't get too bogged down in really hard, challenging situations. Allow yourself to really nurture who and what you are, and allow yourself to just be sometimes, you know, to be and to love and to enjoy and to move from this place of love. And in that, when you start sharing that inner love, that inner heart space, tuning back into your heart space, your heart center, and moving through life from your heart, that's going to help you move into these new places, these new feelings, these new modes of being that is going to be what you want. That's how you move into a yes. You move into a yes by tuning into your heart and your intuition, and be in that in order to move yourself forward. So anyway, pile number 5, that was my reading for you. I hope that it resonates. Please let me know in the comments either way. I love hearing from everybody. A huge, huge, huge thanks to all of my new YouTube subscribers. We just passed 500 subscribers, and I'm so thankful and excited for that. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do. But thanks to everyone who has. As a token of my appreciation, I am offering a free private reading from my website to one lucky viewer. So check out the description section of this video now for a link to that, and that is going to be available to you. So fill out the form on that. I'm going to be announcing the winner on Friday, September 11th. I'm going to be finishing the drawing on Thursday, the 10th, though. So please get in, fill out that form before Thursday, September 10th on my website. And I am in Seattle, Washington, so I'm on the west coast of the United States, PST, Pacific time zone. So you can triangulate your time from my time. But at some point on Thursday, the 10th, I'm going to be doing that drawing. So try to get it in before that date. And yeah, thank you so much. If you'd ever like to pay for a reading from me, I have them available on my website. Feel free to check that out at www.junodrum.com. And then I have some awesome extra bonus content on my Patreon. You can check that out at patreon.com/junodrum. Anyway, thank you all so much, and I will catch you later. See ya!